In the world of sumo, where body mass and brute force are often the pillars of success, a figure emerges who defies all expectations. Takanoyama Shuntaro, known by his real name, Pavel Bojar. This wrestler, hailing from the Czech Republic, is not only the first European to venture into professional Japanese sumo, but also the thinnest and most agile to ever step onto the dohyo. On the SumoSpirit channel, we bring you the story and the greatest plays of this warrior. Takanoyama Shuntaro, whose real name is Pavel Bojar, was born on February 21, 1983, in Prague, Czech Republic. He stands out for being one of the thinnest sumo wrestlers in modern history, standing at 6 feet tall and weighing rarely more than 211 pounds, which contrasts sharply with the norm for sumo tori, who typically weigh between 330 and 440 pounds. He made his professional sumo debut in November 2001, adopting the Shikona ring name Takanoyama, which means Noble Mountain. With his background in judo and sumo, Takanoyama focused on technique and agility, emphasizing speed and precision over gaining weight, which was a disadvantage in sumo. Known for his throwing skills, his style blended speed and precision, using his lighter weight to dodge and unbalance much heavier opponents. He stood out for his yotsuzumo. Now, let's check out his best 15 sumo moves. Number 1. Against Takashi in 2014. During a 2014 training session, Takanoyama showed off his henka technique at the tachi-ai, sidestepping to make Takashi collapse from his own momentum. In another round, Shuntaro tried to spin to take him down, but it was futile. In the end, he opted for a ketaguri, a leg sweep that gave him the advantage despite his size, allowing him to emerge victorious. Number 2. Against Chiyonokuni in Hatsubasho, 2013. Chiyonokuni, with his more robust physique, tried to impose his dominance, but in a move that would be the center of controversy, Takanoyama opted to execute a henka. Just as Chiyonokuni charged forward with all his strength, Takanoyama moved to the side with surprising agility, dodging the impact. This maneuver not only destabilized Chiyonokuni, but also caused him to step out of the dohyo, securing the victory for Takanoyama. Number 3. Against Akisayama in Nagoya Basho 2013. Takanoyama, lighter than his opponent, showed his skill with a more direct approach. He withstood Akisayama's powerful charges using his tsupari technique, then swiftly moved behind him to grab the mawashi. After a quick spin, Takanoyama executed an uwatanage, dragging Akisayama to the edge. With all his weight behind the move, he pushed both of them out of the ring, but it was Akisayama who stepped out first, giving Takanoyama the victory. Number 4. Against Asase Kiryu in Natsubasho, 2013. At first, Takanoyama tried to maintain distance with his hands, keeping at bay and avoiding being caught in a grip. At one point, he almost fell when the Mongolian wrestler attempted a ketaguri, but he managed to recover and counter it using his leg. He then made a belt grip and lifted Asase Kiryu's right leg, leveraging all his weight and pushing the giant out of the dohyo before him with a shitatinage, an underarm throw. This maneuver earned him applause from the audience. Number 5. Against Kaisei in Akibasho, 2011. It all started with a double inside belt grip by the Czech, and with a foot sweep, he finished Kaisei with what is called a yori taoshi, knocking the giant down and falling on top of him. The crowd went wild and loved it, filling the venue with applause at such a display of skill. Number 6. Against Yoshiazuma in Akibasho, 2011. In this match, he did the same and started with an effective tsupari from the tachi-ai, switching to a belt grip. He was fighting, but Yoshiazuma was using his bulk to advance toward the boundaries of the area, expecting a yorikiri, or frontal push. Takanoyama seized the opportunity and opted for a uwatanage belt grip, finishing with a small leg movement for the kakanage thigh hook throw. The crowd praised the Czech wrestler's performance. Number 7. Against Fujiazuma in Hatsubasho, 2012. Both Rikishi had a 3-4 record. Takanoyama was already known for finding ways to win. This fleeting encounter ended when, right at the start, the Czech kicked his opponent's left ankle using a ketaguri upon contact with Fujiazuma, who fell, supporting his hands and knee on the ground before even being able to react. a testament to Takanoyama's agility and speed. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to the SumoSpirit channel. Let's continue. Number 8, against Oiwato, Hatsubasho, 2013. This was a particularly fast and intense match. The two wrestlers started with a fierce Tsupari exchange. At first, Oiwato managed to push the Czech back thanks to his larger size, but Takanoyama began seeking a Migyotsu grip until finally applying his famous Chongake from a close position and kicking his opponent's ankles to finish him off. Number 9, against Tosayutaka in Hatsubasho, 2012. This was Takanoyama's third time facing Tosayutaka. At first, he was completely overwhelmed at the tachi-ai and by the Japanese wrestler's charge, to the point of being pushed to the edge, but the Czech wrapped his right arm around him and applied an uchari, throwing Tosayutaka backward with a pivot at an excellent moment, flipping him and making him land on the platform a fraction of a second before he himself stepped out. Number 10, against Ikiyoi vs. Takanoyama in Nagoya Basho, 2012. In an extraordinary display of speed, Takanoyama performed a quick and skillful totari by surprise, grabbing Ikioi's right arm and spinning his entire body to make him fall before he could even realize what was happening, all in just a second. Number 11, against Kaisei in Hatsubasho, 2012. This was a clash of opposites. The thin and fast Takanoyama faced the large and heavy yet strong Kaisei. At the start signal, Kaisei managed to push the Czech back thanks to his strength, but this would be his downfall. With his opponent's momentum and hooking Kaisei's thigh, Takanoyama applied a wide kakanage, wrapping an arm around the giant Sumo while encircling him with a leg to swing him in a surprising spin and make him fall out of the dohyo. Number 12, against Kokkai in Natsubasho, 2012. At the tachi-ai, the two sumo wrestlers clashed and began a brief exchange of tsupari. Then, both grabbed each other's mawashi in an attempt to take each other down. In this duel, Takanoyama emerged victorious by throwing Kokkai to the ground with a shitatanage as his arm grabbed the lower part of his opponent's belt. Number 13, against Kimurayama in Hatsubasho, 2013. In Juryo, Takanoyama moved away from Kimurayama to attempt that arm lock he loves so much, but he couldn't grasp the bulk of the Japanese wrestler. After a small tussle around the ring, Takanoyama managed to kick Kim's legs and send him to the ground, which was classified as a kirikeishi, a backward knee strike with a twist. Number 14, against Daikiho in Natsubasho, 2014. At the start, both Takanoyama and Daikiho resorted to grabbing each other's mawashi to gain an advantage. The Czech applied another of those kakanage he does so well, hooking Daikiho's right leg and sending him to the ground in one swift motion. Number 15, against Masakaze in Kyushu Basho, 2012. At the tachi-ai, the two competitors clashed, and the Czech sumo used a kind of henka to deflect the charge of his heavier opponent, giving him the advantage, while simultaneously applying a ketaguri, kicking his left ankle and sending him crashing onto the platform. Despite his apparent physical disadvantage, Takanoyama managed to rise to the Juryo division, the second highest division in sumo, in 2011, becoming the first Czech wrestler to reach this level. However, he never made it to the Makuuchi division, the top division. He retired from professional sumo in July 2014, after a career where his weight and fighting style made him an iconic figure. Takanoyama Shuntaro's career redefined strength and skill in sumo. Retiring in 2014, his legacy remains as a testament to the power of technique and strategy. With over 37 winning moves, he proved sumo is more than raw strength. It's about intelligence, agility, and precision. If you enjoyed this, like, comment, and subscribe to the SumoSpirit channel for more. See you in the next video.